Good morning. We're making eggs for breakfast. Check out my one-handed egg crack. Bam. So cool. I woke up today and I went on the old Instagram and I was looking, and every single story was someone else's birthday. There was like 3 separate people, but shout out to one who I know watches the channel. Shout out to you, Trent. Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one. Yeah. Anyways, gonna make scrambled eggs. I don't have any cheese, which is kind of sad because I usually like cheese in my scrambled eggs, but I'm gonna have it with some of the weird bread I made yesterday. Yeah, I'm just gonna add some milk to it and then cook it up. And I also have some tomatoes that I think I'll have on the side. Here we go. Nice little breakfast. I also had one of my muffins before, and it was actually really good. Watching The Last of Us. That little girl, my bet right now is she's 100% gonna get killed. Spoilers for The Last of Us in 3, 2, 1. She died. I was right. Yay! Side thing with The Last of Us, I swear the show has like, I was getting really confused because I was like, I swear this thing has so many doppelgangers. Because there was one guy, and I was like, oh, this is the same guy from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, cool. But then I looked him up on the internet, because I don't know what the characters' names are, because they don't say them very much. But then, he wasn't there. Also, that's crazy, there's a whole massive army going after them. Oh! But it wasn't in his, like, Google credits or whatever, so like, okay, I guess it's not him. And then, there's another girl named Dina, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is the same girl that played Eurydice in Hadestown with Jordan Fisher not that long ago. So I like looked her up, not her, looked up the other girl, they look almost identical. I swear, like, I don't think I'm crazy, they do look a lot alike. And then there's another girl, and I was like, is this that girl who played Rue in the Hunger Games? But I was like, it's kind of hard to tell, because like, she was a child in the Hunger Games. But I was like, I think from like, press pictures and stuff that I've seen of her, that like, it is the same person. Look it up. Not the same person. Find the actual actress. They also look a lot alike. So I don't know what it is with the young people in this show all just looking like each other. Oh, also I found out the guy, Danny Ramirez, who I thought was the actor, he is the actor. I don't know why he's not listed in his movies on Google. But if you Google him, The Last of Us, it says who he plays. So it is him. But yeah, kind of weird. Okay, we're heading up now. I'm gonna go to Sobeys because they had ground pork, I think it is, on the Food Hero thing for, guess how much? Not $5, not $4, not $3, not $2, but $1.50 for 454 grams, which is crazy. So yeah, I got 2 things of that. I don't know if I'll really need it all. And I was like, might as well, just in case, and then I can always just bring it home after, because inexpensive, and this way I won't really have to, like, worry about trying to get more meat. It's also so nice out, and I have the window open. I think it's literally warmer outside than it is inside. And then I also think I'm gonna stop and see if I can get toothpaste someplace, because I'm pretty much out. And I might also get sunscreen if it's not crazy expensive, because all the stuff I had is expired, and that's not really good. And I Googled it, and it said don't wear expired sunscreen because it can be bad for you. So, yeah, hopefully we can get to sunscreen before I get a sunburn, but we'll see what happens. Got this McDonald's cheeseburger for free with points. Yay. Okay, I got my sunscreen. Guess how much it was? At Walmart, they had 3 of them for $20. I was like, that's crazy. What? It was $14 for one, but I didn't feel like walking back, and I figured whatever. So now time to put sunscreen on. I also got my pork, so it's in there. That burns on my face so bad. Ouch. Don't like that. Okay, now the plan. I decided, I was like, I don't have anything else to do, and I'd wanted to try to do another, like, marathon walk. And so yeah, now I'm just gonna do that. So I'm gonna walk home now and then drop off the pork, probably get some snacks and water to take with me so I don't die, and then just keep walking around. Wow, my freckles are popping right now. But just keep walking around wherever until like approximately 9 o'clock tonight. But it doesn't get dark until like 9:30 now, so should be fine. Okay vlog, here's the new fit. We got this hat, shirt, those shorts that are comfier, and we got this little ice cream bar. I've done 11 and a little bit kilometers now. It's only like 30 left. Woo. But yeah, now I have my water bottle and I have rice cakes for sustenance. Okay vlog, we're at kilometer 22. Yeah, I was gonna say 22.2, but just like 22 is even. And 4 hours and 9 minutes in. I'm now kind of walking back up Mountain Road again. I did the last like 8-ish, kind of 10-ish kilometers in the subdivision, but now I'm thinking it's time for a little switcheroo. And I'm also kind of feeling like a slushy would hit today because it's so hot out. So, and by so hot, it's like 23 degrees, I think. And I do have water with me, so I'm not gonna like die or anything. But yeah, so I'm thinking there's one at a gas station called Racetrack, and like 2 years ago they had these like root beer flavored slushies. I don't know if they still do, but figured I'll walk there to make it like a destination to get to, so it feels less aimless than just wandering around. And if they don't have it, oh well. Okay vlog, I've got my slushie. I got Pepsi flavored. I thought it was root beer that they had, but it's Pepsi. And cherry flavored. Mixed it together for like a cherry Coke thing. Fantastic. It's kind of like fizzy too somehow, even though it's frozen. And it very much reminds me of the like Pop Tab candies that we used to get at camp back when they had them. But yeah, pretty darn good if I do say so myself. Also as an update, on kilometer 24.32. When I said I was on 22 before, I was wrong. I was on 20.2. So I don't really know how I got that mixed up. I think it was because I was thinking, I don't know, I was doing that math wrong. But anyways, yeah, and it's now 5:13, so I'm doing pretty good as far as time, because I'm trying to get done before like 8:30ish. Okay vlog, we just hit 30 kilometers, and it's 6:14. Takes me about 2 hours to do 10K, and that's when I'm not like super tired. At this point, I don't feel that bad. My legs are kind of starting to hurt, but like, I don't know, I feel like when I did it before it was worse. But also when I did it before, I did a lot more hills. Like I went up a lot and then came down a lot, which I think was worse, versus now I've been pretty much on flat the entire time except at the beginning. So overall, not that bad, but we'll see what another 2 hours does. Okay vlog, another little side quest we're gonna do. I had ordered this Wii game, and it's like a Glee karaoke game off of Facebook Marketplace. And I forgot about it until the person just messaged me today and was like, do you still want this? I was like, yes! Because before, when I had actually said that I was interested, I wasn't among them. But now we're walking to Tim Hortons to get it, which will take us to 34 kilometers-ish. Okay, we're at 34.33 kilometers now, but my phone is only at 18%. And I also just got the Wii games, which is fun. But yeah, I'm worried about my phone dying before I can finish, which would be so annoying. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna head back towards Crandall and then plug it in for like 5 minutes to get the extra charge, and then finish it out just like across the street. I'm at the 4 kilometers left mark, but my phone's at 10%, so now I'm going back to charge it so that it doesn't die before I can finish. My headphones just died. You can see them playing baseball or something down there. But the real question is, do we think they dance? R.I.P. Sad. We've reached 39 kilometers, which means only 200 meters left. The worst part is going to be once I'm in there that I'm going to have to stop and not be just walking, which is going to make it so much harder to actually have to start again. But I'm thinking if I just kind of keep standing and just kind of mill around, then it'll be fine and my legs won't freeze up. Okay, we reached 22% charge, so now it's time to go and finish it. Final 3 kilometers. We can do it. 40 kilometers done, 2.2 kilometers next. Finishing it off in the subdivision. Here we go. We've made it to 41.2, which means 1 kilometer left. So we're taking it back to ground. 42 hit, 200 meters to go. Let's get it. 42.2 was just hit. Look at that sunset in the background. That is so beautiful. And now we're just gonna finish the walk back to Colburn. Not Colburn, I don't live there anymore, I'm in. That's crazy, I haven't lived there for 2 years. Why did I say that? But yeah, finish the walk back to there and then try to see what I can do to make myself so I can still walk tomorrow. Okay, only piece of actual bad looking injury. It's not actually bad though, it just looks bad. Ready for this? Skip if you don't like blood. Look at that. Doesn't that look grody? But then, it's literally not even bad. It's just was bleeding, so it looks really bad. I'm filling up my tub to try doing an ice bath, but just with cold water. And we'll see if that helps anything. I googled it and said it should, but I'm skeptical. Okay, here we go into this cold bath thing. I don't like that. It does feel kind of good though. I'm still wearing my clothes because bathtubs seem gross to me, and for some reason having that extra layer seems like it'll make it less gross. I don't really think that's true, but oh, that's so cool. It's hard because you can't just jump in like in a, I don't know, a lake or something. It's not even that's crazy. I don't know how athletes do that with actual ice. I really hate that. I'm settling into it though, it's okay. I'm only doing up to the tops of my legs. Because I feel like there's no point for the rest of it because it didn't work that hard, so it doesn't get it. Sorry, upper half. Okay, vlog, we got into our comfy clothes. Eek. The rest of the ice bath wasn't that bad. It was just getting in that I was being dramatic about. But so on the walk, I stopped at a meat market and they had these steaks for 30% off, so they're like $7-ish. So I'm gonna have steak, and then I also have my potatoes. I didn't know how many potatoes I want, but I was like, I'm probably gonna be pretty darn hungry after this, so might as well make quite a bit of mashed potatoes. And then I think I'll just have some peas on the side, but gotta cook it up. Chef, ayo. Here's the finished plate. Is the steak too rare? Very possibly. However, I don't feel like redoing it. So, and it also, to me, it looks really good. So, we're just gonna take it over here and enjoy. And I'm also going to start watching the show Lost, I think. Well, I eat this because I've heard about it and I haven't heard good things, but, well, I've heard some good things. I've just heard that the ending is bad. And then, today, when I was listening to the Super Carlin Brothers podcast on my walk, why is this getting hot? It's not cold. That's annoying. They were talking about Lost, and they're like, should we just do a new podcast where we go through every episode of Lost? And then they said, haha, no, we're not doing that. But it got me thinking about it. I was like, you know, no better time than now to start the show, because I need stuff to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. First episode, here we go. Do we think it's called Pilot because it's the first episode, which is called the pilot, or do we think it's called pilot because they, I think, crash land from a plane? First impressions, there's an insane amount of credits at the beginning. I don't know if that's gonna happen in every episode, but it's kind of weird. Makes it feel like it's like a movie or something like that. It's kind of funny, the special effects, because they're not necessarily bad, but you can tell it's from 2004, even though it's not like, oh, that looks terrible. Just kind of like, you notice it, which I like. I don't like, but like, I don't know, kind of fun. And, slightly cheesy. He's like, hey man, what's your name? And then he looks back all dramatic and he goes, Jack. It's like, okay, but it was still pretty good, and I'm enjoying it so far. I do think my issue with this show is going to be, it's an ad right now. You can say there, whatever. But I think my issue is going to be that I know that there's like something that you're trying to figure out because I've heard people talk about it before. So even though literally nothing's happened already, I'm like trying to come up with a theory, which is kind of annoying because I feel like you better just watch the show and just let it unfold instead of trying to figure it out before it even like starts. And then the other issue is because I know that it was a disappointing ending. One, I'm going to be looking for an ending that would be disappointing for the whole thing, even though there's like 4 seasons. And I don't know, it just feels like because I know that, that's in the back of my mind as I'm watching, is like, whoa, well, what are they going to set up here to then have it not be a satisfying conclusion? But, oh well. Okay, vlog, now I'm brushing the absolute rat's nest that my ponytail turned into out. It wasn't a braid, so it wasn't going to be as bad. But then the braid came out, like the elastic broke at some point. So now it's a rat's nest. I also had this, like, one of those, you can't even see it, like that, those curly kind of elastics, which I find are very, like, they don't really stick to the hair, but the hair wraps around it worse. So that's unfortunate. I'm being dramatic, it's not that bad. But anyways, just to review the marathon, I would say, honestly, I probably, technically, all things considered, probably shouldn't have done it. I have a project tomorrow, and I have to, like, stand at the front of the class for the whole time. And if I recall anything from last time, the day after hurt more than the day of. So I'm not really looking forward to that, because my legs are extremely tired. But I would also say, never underestimate the power of willpower and free will, because I did not plan to do a marathon today at all. I had thought that at some point over this time when I'm just kind of here chilling, then it would be kind of fun to do it again, but I did not think I was going to be doing it today. But, you know, if you recognize that you have free will and you can do whatever you feel like within reason, and you have strong enough willpower to go through it and do something for no other reason other than you want to, then you can do anything. Let that be your inspiration for today. Let that just change the way you think and go about life, and let it fuel you to make a difference in someone's life, even if that person's life is your own. Yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna finish this and then shower and then go to bed because I'm very tired. Good night!